I wasn't expecting company, but if you stay out of the shrubs and flower beds, you can stay.
Give them a wave, Pops, now that you've invited them in. We're two old guys who enjoy playing sandbox and survival games together. I'm Uncle Craig. Go ahead and sit down. Let's visit for a while.
As the morning sun comes up behind me, I thought I would show a bit of where we're at, two old guys, after the massive global flood that we had. I like the backstory that they came up with for this. So we found this same spot that we were at before. We called it Bear Lake, but the lake, which is on the other side of that rise, isn't shaped like a bear any longer. We found our little mountain peak here, cliffside, and we were actually able to use the approach we talked about in some of my videos there to lay out the plots. I'll show you that in a moment. So we've got 4 honeycomb-shaped locations, and each of them was 7 plots. I have 8, and so I took up 7 plots up at the top of the peak. You can see the beginning of my tower there. Paul has, or Tychicus, my brother, has the plot that's kind of down over to the left, over this way right here, that big square building. He's kind of a square. And then a couple of brothers have this area down here. Rofar. Kevin is the other guy's real life name. I can't remember the character name for some reason. Anyway, he's over here. They're building over there. You can see some of the scaffolding still laid out that we put in place. Found out that really to get these to line up well, you have to have them all the plots at the same level when you go to lay them down to make sure they all line up right. And then Papa, his character's name is Stumpy. He's over here. You can see the rectangular shaped building that he has there. And then he's got a couple of the other plots. And then over here is my son Ryan. He's got the other parts of that honeycomb area down here, and this is what he has started on this section. We've used a combination of the honeycomb plot placements that we talked about, and then we also used many of the capabilities basically related to filling a plot with foundations and what I showed in some of those other videos. And this is my area here. I can't figure out where I'm at because I think I'm standing at the top, and for some reason you cannot see my character. So I'm going to press escape or F7. There I am. I don't know why it wasn't showing me. So let's go walk through here a little bit. Well, first of all, I should grab my hammer, and let's back up again and show what we did. So this is the center plot of my 7, and you can see the honeycomb shape there. I have the other plots, and I'll be filling those in potentially with towers similar to the one that I just did. And I'll talk a little bit about the architectural decisions I made there to build that tower the way it is. This is Paul's, and he has 4 of the 7, if you will. There's the center one where he's got his main building, and then there's still space there for 3 others to come around on this other side. Or actually, it'd be on this side. I guess his building there is on the end there where we have that kind of funky looking tower thing. That actually is the center plot, so we'll get that all laid out better once we get those other plots there, and then we will make that center more rounded. And then you can see this honeycomb shaped build over here, mass of plots. And so anyway, there we have the majority of the hillside here covered by the 2 old guys. And because of the way it's set up, we can actually add other plots, kind of moving the camera in a funky way. You can see some of the other clans, the big groups that have their plots around. But we've got this area up here, and you can see the way those honeycomb-shaped cells, if you will, of plots have worked out. And here we go, we get a better view. There, you can see how we can also add in other honeycomb sections of plots when people come and join us up here. We're also going to go down the hill with some of them, and so we'll have some pretty interesting cliffside builds right down to almost to the lake. Papa actually scouted that out for us, didn't you, Papa? He took a slide down the rock hill from where we're at up here all the way down to the water, and miraculously he survived. I still don't know how you pulled that off, but he did. Let's see here. Let me talk a little bit about architecturally. You saw that I built this pillar here. What I didn't do yet, and I just Oh, I did put it. So I think there are...
Like, subscriber, get off my lawn.
No, there's not. I didn't get my columns in here. I was wondering why I was struggling a little bit with stability. Now I realize I didn't put the columns in. There should be columns built in on each of the ends of this triangle, so I'll do that later. I got this flooring built out to the edge, and I actually, let me show you here. 1, 2, 3, right about to here would normally be a plot-sized foundation fill. I was actually able to go out a little bit further because of each of our plots is wider than a single plot all by itself. Let's see, I think on this side I can get a little closer. You can look over the edge. Yeah, so you can see I even have a little more room outside of this. So you can build out quite a bit more when you connect the plots the way that we did by measuring out 10 and 2/3 beams. So real quick, the walls, instead of just being plain Jane and doing the static walls, I remembered some of the stuff that came from those videos, and I have pillars here, and then I have foundation columns here, and then I know attaching walls to them adds stability, but instead of just attaching a wall between the two, I decided to put a wall going at that angle right there, and then a wall going at this angle. So it's got two walls there, just for aesthetics, really. And then I have one wall that is split right down the middle by these pillars that I rotated. So you should still get the same stability, just I wanted to do it in an interesting and kind of a different way. I don't think I can go any taller than... I might be able to go taller than that with these pillars. That'll bring me up a little bit. And then there's the observation deck level up there. Go down. By the way, I built pillars out here that I'll go up higher with eventually, and these will actually add stability for the flooring all the way around. Down here, 2 flights of stairs down, we have the main crafting area. It's slowly coming together, very slowly. What I've done is put the chandeliers in an arrangement which does give pretty good light at night, and I'll put up some sconces too eventually. The inner area by the column here is going to be the main storage area, and we'll get that done. Again, I think I'm going to have to move these chests and chandeliers around a little bit as I go and put those pillars in where they should have been in the first place. But I find that I have to go and get some nice rock to do that. What I did too is here in these openings where I'm not using them, there's an example over there. I have this window piece here. So it gives it kind of an inside feel. And then instead of filling, you look up there, instead of filling those in with stone, I just put the little wall piece right there. I kind of like the way that looked from the inside. So I can't fall out, but it leaves a bit of a window. And then I put a wall piece right here to separate the two floors and to give it a little bit more character as well. So that's how I did that. Anywhere that the window piece was, and I actually wanted to put crafters, I broke it out and I put a little stone balcony out there. I just needed a small one for the loom. Over here, I put one out here for the the beehives and the well. And then inside is where I have the storage for the water and for the beehive material, the honey and the honeycombs right there, the beeswax. This is going to be a finished product from the fermenter here, and this is, or maybe the opposite, this is for supplies for the fermenter, and then output from the fermenter for now right here. Later on we'll build up better storage in the center. Right out here, I'm kind of not happy with this. I'm going to figure out something later, but I have my spit there. I need to improve my cooking skills a little bit so I can get the big master, the craftsman, a hearth. So we'll get there eventually. And then out here is where I have, for now, because I am primarily a blacksmith, a small little blacksmith area. I've got charcoal kilns and then a furnace and some smaller furnaces over here, basic furnaces with a few chests for supplies, and we'll improve that later. Here's the view off of this area, so you can see why we like it so much. And that down below there, let me get up on these chests so I can climb up, safely on, well, I think so. Safely on the charcoal kiln. Let me get up there. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Making me look bad on my own video. There we go. Okay. If you look down there, that used to be Bear Lake. And I don't know what we'll call it now, but you can see the nice builds that are down there. And we actually have a view of, believe it or not, 4 different lakes from up here. We can see in every direction, and it's quite a stupendous view from up here. All right, so let's see what else we did. Doorways, I put them down like this. So here's a doorway, and then here's a doorway over here. And that's it. And I might put a door on it, but I did this to make sure that I had good stability all the way up in every section. If I take out these 2 foundation pieces, it then will weaken the stability of this part of the build, and then I can't get quite as high there as I am everywhere else. I had a lot of my supplies disappear from Celine, and it was my own fault. While I was doing all of the experimenting with the plots and such, I inadvertently released a plot on which a whole gob of our storage containers were, and I lost a lot of pretty good stuff. So I'm actually having to go around and collect nice rock and clay to try to get that built up again so that I can patch up this build and finish it up. You can see I have stairs here that will go off in the direction of Paul's builds over there up on the top of the hill. And again, he's got a great view too of all around here and up on that grassy knoll. And then down here where we still have a bit of the scaffolding, you'll see is where the brothers are. And that's the beginning of one of them there, and then a couple of them around the corner. And then for Papa, I have stairs going down part way. We can't get them all the way down to their builds, but we can go around here and we can get to where Papa has his build right here. Hey, Papa. Stumpy.
What?
And,
Get off the grass.
And then here is Ryan. Let me kill myself off right down here. So he's got a main build that's going to be there. He's going to have a pub right there. And then down below, he's going to have something else, maybe a little restaurant. But this is a really neat location he's got. It takes a lot of creativity to make this work, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with this spot right here. And like most of you, you've probably got a lot of neighbors like this too. We got some ne'er-do-wells that have decided to camp out over there, and so we hear them at the night talking to each other and trying to entice us into problems or making their plans to take us out, but they haven't caused too much trouble. And then over here we have another one of the lakes, and near this lake over here we have, I can't quite see it over the top there, but it's a lake over there that has clay and rock and things like that. So this is the new 2O Guys location. We're on Apollo, and again we're in Gallia and Langres, around the same area that we were before, but boy, has it changed. It has become a very interesting terrain here after the big flood. We're liking it quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to when we can finally get out there and do some scouting and adventuring and such. But until then, we're going to be doing probably what you folks are, rebuilding after that storm, getting our crafting up and adjusting to the changes in the skills and things like that. So hope to see you in game, guys. Have fun.